Hello there folks, this is your Uncle Troy and today we are playing a little Minecraft. And in fact we're doing a little experiment with something. First of all, I'm going to show you what's in my single player world directory. Not a whole lot. Um, I've got some old files that I don't use anymore. In fact, I'm afraid to load them now in the newer version of Minecraft. And my little melon farm in creative mode that I did the other day. But what I wanted to show you basically is that there isn't a world in here of a certain type, which we're going to see later. Now if we go to multiplayer, we'll see here that we've got the SMP server that I play on generally when I'm doing my Let's Plays. Actually, I was going to do some on the Something Cubed server, but I kept getting griefed, and so I just gave up on them. So let's join and see what's going on. Okay, here we are in our little base near the spawn, where we've got a lot of stuff. Still have my own little corner over here, Uncle Troy's corner. Still have a dog up there somewhere, barking. Now, if we hit the escape button, we have a new option here called Download This World. And this actually comes from a mod for the game called World Downloader. And what it does is, when you click on Download This World, download started. And let's see, and Steven V25 just fell down that ravine and landed on a creeper. Alright, so here we are. We can see it's night. We've got quite a bit of snow now. I don't know if I've recorded, but since we've started getting snow here in this biome, but it's pretty neat. All the time we're playing here, we are getting the plug-in or new mod is recording. So, for example, as we look into these chests, not really important what's here. What is important is that we're looking into them, but we're not going to look into these here, and that's going to be important here later. Now I'm going to hop down here into the Nether and see where that takes us. Now the way this mod works, as I understand it, is the server is all the time sending information to the Minecraft server. Or, excuse me. Continuing download. Just found it funny that I landed on a creeper. Usually it's the other way around. Smiley face. Okay, now we're in the Nether now, and as you remember from previous episodes, we can use Nether portals as shortcuts to other parts of the map. So we're going to do that real quick, and by quick I mean here in several minutes. But as I understand, I believe what this mod does, the World Downloader mod does, is it copies the information being sent from the Minecraft server to your Minecraft client, which is what you're playing in. So basically anything you see here, sprint, come on, sprint, there you go. So anything you see here is being recorded. And actually the Minecraft server, if I understand it correctly, sends about 10 chunks in every direction. So you don't have to go to every single place. Now we're sprinting in the world for it to be recorded. But where I'm going now is very far away from where I was. So this is the shortcut over to the Dwarven Stronghold. Actually, that's the Dwarven Fortress. Let's change that while we're at it. There we go. Portal to Dwarf Fortress. Okay, downloading terrain, and again, continuing download. So, here we are. Like I said, eventually we're going to have some part of our Dwarven fortress up there. Here is the OSHA pit. Very carefully ease up to this corner here. I'm scared. I'm not going to do that. I fell off of fell off of that a while ago. Actually, a couple days ago now. Alright, so again, we've got a couple of chests here that we're going to look in. Ooh, there's where my extra diamond went. Wait a minute. I may or may not have a use for these. Hold on. So I think I can combine these two and get a brand new set of iron boots. And an almost brand new helmet. Since those weren't enchanted, I had no qualms about using them. I'm holding on to this iron chest plate for when that one gives out, and vice versa here. But anyway, so we looked into these chests, so we know the game knows what's in there. But for example, if we don't look into these chests, then the game has not shown us what's in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log off of the multiplayer server, which will automatically stop the download, but we'll stop it anyway manually just to prove a point here. And now we're going to disconnect. See, it says our address here going to my Tech Dolphin SMP server is private. So if we go to single player world, we've been recording to private. So we're going to play this world. And now, even though I loaded up a single player world, we come out here in what looks like exactly the same place we were. See, we've got that same start of a fortress up there, these same trees, this same OSHA pit here, as I call it, because it's not safe. As you can see, I still have my same armor, everything on me. And if we go in here and check, you will see that these two chests have the exact same. Oops, that one doesn't. Well, all I had was a couple items which I took out there. But this chest here has all the same items. However, if we go over here, you'll see that all these chests are empty. And actually, in the multiplayer world, those chests had quite a bit in them, as did these furnaces. I'm pretty sure I topped all these off with coal recently. And that's because when I was recording the world using World Downloader, I did not look into these chests or into these furnaces, so the World Downloader does not know who they are. So let's go back to the Nether here. I'm not sure, but I think again, we have an empty chest here. There's my sign. I just changed. Let's run back over here. Remind me if I don't. I keep meaning to write down the forum thread where this came from, so you can check this out yourself if you want. As you can see, this all looks depressingly familiar, but we are in single player mode. Oops. And not multiplayer. We have basically downloaded a copy of the game, or of the multiplayer game world. That's what I'm trying to say, the multiplayer game world. Here we are, lots and lots of pigmen. So if we go over here, we should come out in our base. And here we are again in the base. So we still got melons. But these chests, which I swear were full, are empty. While these, however, have their content shown. Because these we looked into while we were downloading. Let's just, oops, looks like a couple more. Alright, that's for a reason. So let's go back into out. let's go back into the Nether, and I want to show you something else. What this mod cannot do. Because that Nether portal, which takes us to the Dwarf Fortress, is not the only one I made recently. I also made one that takes us to the location of our end portal. Do I have a rail car on me? No, I do not. Luckily, these are fairly close, and it doesn't take much time at all to sprint. In the forum thread, basically, there's two schools on this world downloader. One is, hey, this is just the best thing since sliced bread. Because I would love to keep a backup copy of my multiplayer world that I play on. Or I'd love to, portal to end portal base. Just in case that multiplayer world resets or something. My, that's awful loud in single player. I have not played single player in a while. Notice how we've come out here on the surface. And while there is a... Oops. Actually, we come out in the water, don't we? Isn't that interesting? And while I am pretty sure there is a a stronghold somewhere around in this area, because we had dug down to it and found it in a previous episode. Because I had not come to this area while the world downloader was running, the game, when I came out of the went through the portal to come here, it did not find the portal I'd put because even though in the multiplayer world we had dug down to the stronghold and we had created a portal down there, I had not walked to that part of the multiplayer world while World Downloader was playing. Well, it's somewhere around here. Unfortunately, I did not hit it. It's possible I could follow this this cave around till I found the stronghold. But anyway, that's the point I was trying to make, was that the world is not exactly the same because you have to go, while the world downloader is running, you have to go visit every part of the SMP world, open every chest, look in every furnace. How to put this? The only information the world downloader can download is the information that the client is sending it anyway. Let's see, where did I leave that portal? There's that portal. Alright, have I completely confused you yet? I've been trying really hard. Anyway, the forum thread, of course, talks about how great this program is, how great this mod is, how wonderful it is to have a backup of your multiplayer server in case it goes away or gets reset or gets griefed or something. You have your own local copy. Me, I'd be happy to have my own local copy because I would like to be able to, if the server's down, still create a Let's Play episode. I figure if I have a recent copy of the multiplayer server on my local hard drive, then I can do a world tour or show the world getting destroyed by lava or something like that. But of course everybody else is saying, well, what if I don't want all my users to have a local copy of my world? What if they download the multiplayer server world map and put it up on their own server and claim it as their own or whatever? Well, sorry. I mean, I know that's legitimate concerns, but if you don't trust your users, trust the people playing on your server, then why are you letting them play on your server? Anyway. Alright, here is the skeleton spawner trap, double skeleton spawner trap, because there is a spawner right over here, and there is a spawner right back in there, which I can't get to as easy. However, this spawner, here we go. Notice it has the pig. This spawner will never spawn anything because the multiplayer server and the single player game treat these spawners differently. On multiplayer, they always show as pigs, so this spawner here is a pig spawner. But apparently the multiplayer server stores all spawners as pig spawners, and then the game itself, the local client does not get data about what type of spawner it is. Just the server occasionally, spawns the proper creature, in this case a skeleton, from this pig spawner. That's another limitation of the world downloader. Okay, we've played enough now in the single player version. Let's go back to the multiplayer version. And we will find we're right where we left off. We're still in the dwarf area. Oops. Now we go over here and see that I was right. We do have lots of stuff in these chests and in these furnaces. Alright, back to the nether. Alright, we just was there at the dwarf fortress. Now let's go over to the back toward the main nether base. And we went to it in a different thing, but see, here we got the portal to the end portal base. Now, just a second ago in the single player world, this came out on a new portal on the surface. Here, it comes out in the multiplayer world down here, next to the end portal, which I really need to get around to getting a few people together, finishing this, activating the portal, and go. Download started. Now, I think now for about 10 chunks in every direction, or about 160 spaces, now that has been downloaded, and so the next time I play a single player game, I can actually come to this location. Now, notice a while ago, just a few short seconds ago, we left all these empty because we had just harvested all those, and now they've grown back. No, they haven't grown back. This is the single player or the multiplayer version, and we were on the single player version. Let's go back to that skeleton spawner trap. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doodly-doo. Wee. I think I already hear things splashing around. Yeah, and so we have skeletons coming up where you've watched my Let's Play before, you know they will come together and get killed in the lava. And if you stand here, occasionally they will shoot you before they die, which is why you're supposed to sit behind this closed door. And if we dig this out, we see that we've got another pig spawner here. But if we wait just a few seconds, spawn me something. Come on. I'm not letting that much light in here, am I? There we go. As you can see, we have skeletons spawning here. Alrighty, well, that's how the world downloader works. I won't try to explain how to install it, because if you don't know how to install a mod, then me trying to explain it will not help you whatsoever. And remember, always use your powers for good. Don't use them for evil. So I'm sure there are many ways to abuse this. To download a copy of a multiplayer server and cheat somehow, but that's not what it's intended for. It's intended to make backup copies. It's intended so you can play offline when a server's offline, and it's just Or if you're like me, you are doing it just because it's a neat programming trick. And in the meantime, this is Uncle Troy signing off. Please have a good night.